Hello, Lenawee County. My name is Brian Vish, and this is the WLEN Evening News. Let's get into it. Lenawee County Commissioners have delayed action on the Flock Safety License Plate Reader proposal. During their June 10th Ways and Means Committee meeting, the board referred the item back to the Criminal Justice Committee for further policy development. The flock safety proposal has been under consideration for several months now. The system would deploy automated license plate reader cameras in rural townships to aid in law enforcement investigations. While initially brought forward by the Lenawee County Sheriff's Office, concerns have persisted over privacy, data access, and oversight protocols. During Tuesday's meeting, members of the Ways and Means Committee emphasized the need for a formal policy governing data storage, usage, and access rights before any contract is executed. No vote was taken on the funding or installation at this session. Instead, commissioners instructed staff to work with the Criminal Justice Committee to draft clear procedures for how footage will be handled and who will have access to the data. The proposal is expected to return to the board following that review. The flock safety system in question would be funded under the Criminal Justice Allocation Fund, which still has eligible dollars set aside for approved technology projects. No official timeline was set for the revised policy. The topic may reappear at a future Criminal Justice Committee meeting in July or August. The board's decision to delay reflects ongoing scrutiny of surveillance technologies in public safety. Any final vote will depend on the completeness of revised data policy and public transparency standards. The Lenawee Historical Museum is seeking volunteers to support its activities during the Adrian Bicentennial celebration scheduled for the 4th of July weekend. The museum is located at 110 East Church Street in downtown Adrian and plans to participate in the city's bicentennial events by hosting visitors and staffing an outreach booth at the River Raisin Ragtime Review. The musical event will take place at the Plain Wave Instruments campus located on North Main Street. Volunteers are needed to assist the managing of the museum's public hours and booth presence. No prior historical knowledge is required. New volunteers will be paired with an experienced docent. During the weekend celebration, the museum will offer live music, popcorn, and bottled water to guests. The Lenawee Historical Museum is open to the public on Fridays and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Those interested in volunteering can visit the museum or call 517 265 6071 for more information. Museum organizers hope to finalize their volunteer roster ahead of the July 4th weekend and encourage community members to get involved in the bicentennial festivities. Tecumseh Public Schools are expanding its Career Readiness program for fall 2025, introducing semester-long opportunities that include paid positions, job shadowing, and interest-based learning experiences. The new initiative is designed to connect students with real-world career environments. The announcement was made during the June 9th regular board meeting. School officials said the expanded Career Readiness program builds on existing work-based learning partnerships between the district and local businesses. The goal is to help students explore career paths, develop soft skills, and make informed post-secondary decisions. The program stems from collaboration between district counselors, administrators, and area employers with an emphasis on long-term partnerships and interest-driven placements. Starting in the fall semester, students will be eligible to enroll in structured workplace experiences tailored to their interests. Options include paid career positions, unpaid internships, and job shadowing. Families and students will receive materials outlining timelines, expectations, and participation requirements over the summer. Officials noted that community employers have already been identified for several roles, and the district is actively recruiting additional partners. The program is structured to run across a full semester to provide continuity and depth of experience. Information packets will be distributed to families before the start of the school year. Enrollment is expected to open later this summer. The Career Readiness Program is part of the district's broader strategic plan to promote post-secondary success and employability. Future phases may expand into certifications or formal apprenticeships in partnership with local industry. Lenawee County Commissioners have approved a $67,725 contract to update the county's materials management plan, bringing it into compliance with new state solid waste regulations. The plan was discussed and approved in the June 10th Ways and Means Committee meeting. County officials said the revision is required by recent changes to Michigan's solid waste law, which now mandates regional materials management strategies and increased coordination between local governments. The last major update to Lenawee's plan occurred several years ago, making this overhaul both a regulatory obligation and a planning opportunity. The $67,725 contract will go to the Resource Recycling Systems, a consultant with experience in solid waste planning. The new plan will assess local disposal, recycling, composting, and transfer station infrastructure and recommended strategies to increase landfill diversion and resource recovery. Funding will come from existing environmental management allocations. Once completed, the updated plan will guide future permitting infrastructure investments and waste diversion efforts. State deadlines for plan adoption are expected within the next 12 to 18 months. Lenawee's updated material management plan will serve as a foundation for future solid waste policy and intergovernmental collaboration across Southeast Michigan. And now, let's take a look at your Wednesday evening forecast here in Lenawee County. As of 5 p.m., it's a sunny and breezy afternoon across Lenawee, with temperatures holding at 87 degrees. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 17 miles per hour, with gusts topping 40 miles per hour in some spots. Skies remain clear, and humidity is sitting at 44%. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low near 63. Winds will ease slightly but stay steady out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Thursday, brings a mix of sun and clouds with a slight chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm. Expect a high of 83 degrees and light winds from the east around 8 miles per hour. Looking ahead to the 5-day forecast, Friday is mostly cloudy, slight rain chances late, with a high of 77. Saturday, showers early, scattered storms in the afternoon, with a high of 73. Sunday will be overcast with a chance for a light shower and a high near 79. Monday, partly cloudy and warmer with a slight high of 82. Tuesday will continue the warm weather and sun with a high of 86. Just a heads up, Father's Day weekend is looking cloudy with increasing storm chances Saturday into Sunday. No severe weather is expected at this time. And that's your WLEN weather report. Now, back to the news. Lenawee County may expand its airport zoning ordinance to include 5 additional public use airfields. The proposal was presented on June 10th to the Airport Zoning Board as a way to address new FAA regulations and development risks. Consultant Stephanie Ward from Meade and Hunt outlined a plan to extend zoning coverage beyond the Lenawee County Airport to other active airfields in the region. She said updated regulations from the Federal Aviation Administration call for defined zoning surfaces to prevent the construction of tall structures that could interfere with air traffic. The recommendation includes adding zoning protections around Blissfield Betts Airport, Tecumseh Al Myers Airport, Tecumseh Mills Airport, Tecumseh Marilat Airport, and Van Camp's Heliport. If implemented, each site would have height limiting zones extending up to 10 miles using FAA Part 77 standards to restrict towers, wind turbines, and other obstructions. No formal vote was taken. Commissioners said they would consider the expansion as part of a broader zoning ordinance update. If approved, the ordinance changes would involve coordination with more than a dozen townships and cities. Public meetings and legal reviews are expected later this year. Airport zoning was a key issue in the Lenawee County meeting this week, as a pilot also raised safety concerns over wind turbines near his airfield, and officials acknowledged widespread confusion over existing zoning boundaries. The topic was discussed again during the June 10th meeting of the Airport Zoning Board. A licensed pilot asked the board to extend the county's airport zoning ordinance to include his privately owned runway, citing the recent Federal Aviation Administration warnings about planned wind turbine towers nearby. According to the FAA, the structures pose a hazard to airspace, but only local authorities have the power to block the project through zoning regulations. The pilot urged commissioners to apply the same FAA Part 77 height limits used around the Lenawee County Airport to his airfield, creating controlled zones that would restrict tower construction within several miles. Again, no vote was taken, but board members indicated they would revisit this issue as part of the future zoning review. Separately, the zoning consultant Stephanie Ward reported that many township officials and residents are unaware that they already fall under airport zoning rules. Several local leaders expressed confusion over what the ordinance covers, prompting calls for a county-wide educational campaign. Officials said better awareness is essential as zoning updates move forward. The Airport Zoning Board is expected to review the ordinance later this year with help from a contracted planning consultant. Any changes would require coordination with township boards and public hearings. FAA compliance will continue to be a significant factor in shaping the next version of the ordinance. And finally tonight, the Wreaths Across America mobile education exhibit will visit Blissfield on Sunday, July 20th, 2025, bringing an interactive veterans tribute to Springbrook Commons. The Lenawee County Department of Veterans Affairs will join the event with outreach services and local support resources. Wreaths Across America is a national nonprofit organization best known for its annual December wreath-laying ceremonies at veterans cemeteries. The mobile education exhibit is a traveling unit designed to share the organization's mission to remember fallen service members, honor all who serve, and teach future generations about the value of freedom. The exhibit will be open from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at 628 West Adrian Street in Blissfield. Visitors can explore educational displays, short films, and interactive experiences. The event is free and open to the public. The Lenawee Department of Veterans Affairs will also host an on-site tent to provide information about available services for veterans and their families. The exhibit also functions as a welcome home station for Vietnam veterans in partnership with the United States of America Vietnam War commemoration. Blissfield's annual Wreaths Across America Day ceremony, supported by local volunteers, honors nearly 570 veterans across 3 cemeteries. This year's wreath laying will take place on Saturday, December 13th, 2025. Community members can sponsor a wreath for $17 by visiting wreathsacrossamerica.org/MI0181. And that's it for the WLEN Evening News. I'll see you tomorrow, Lenawee.